Ribbit? Who gets hotter than hot pot?
Yeah, don't adjust your eyes, fellas. Pharaohs. It's Hugin Cough Cough. Yes, I'm in a frog suit. No, you cannot pull this off. Let's get it down.
Okay, let's go.
To the park, green fleece on my back, Velcro under the chin. Yeah, I'm carrying the track, rightly slow. Tail wagging to the snare. All the alphas looking mad, but I really do not care. See a Doberman flexing, trying to guard his little click. I just hop over a puddle, leave him looking mighty sick. You a basic brown mutt. I'm a neon amphibian, stepping in the dog club, changing the meridian. Your bark is kind of loud, but your bite is just a joke. I don't even got a growl. I just hit him with the croak.
That's my voice of life.
Hop, 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 make way for Hugin. Green suit on, yeah, I'm wildin', I'm proving. Your boy's looking tragic, my swagger is magic. I'm taking your bitches, it's honestly classic. Yeah, I said it, the fattest got to hear me, God. Leave your boys to the least, got them living large. Yeah, walk past the water bowl, give a little wink. Got a poodle and a bug, both offering a drink. Your boyfriends are sniffing each other's jump out of tree trunk. These bitches want a prince, well I'm the green prince of funk. Got a Frenchie on my left, got a husky on my right. I'm looking so fly, I'm looking out of sight. I'm a cold-blooded killer in a warm-blooded body, rolling through the dog park, turning it into a party. Y'all are chasing tennis balls, I'm chasing finer things like a reservation for two, fit for a frog king. Pop, 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 make way for Hugin. Green suit on, yeah, I'm wildin', I'm groovin'. Your boy's looking tragic, my swagger is magic. I'm taking your bitches, it's honestly classic. Yeah, sudden, the fattest fits in them and y'all. Leave the boys on the leash, got it from the yards. I wanna mention Marcus, cause he's on this track. I'm flying, I'm floating like Shaq. I know for a fact I'm not on Epstein's list. I got my own field with the bitches I kiss. I ain't got ticks, my DJ's beat matching. I ain't got fleas, that's my DJ that's scratching. I got mojo, I got swagger, I strut right past you, dog. You just a silly nut. Bitches be thirsty, I'm a man's nightmare. The Dow is at 50, so I don't care.
I don't remember signing on to this. I was once inside Hugin until Dad gave him his heart on notice.
Make way for Hugin. Green suit on, yeah, I'm wildin', I'm groovin'. Your boy's looking tragic, my swagger is magic. I'm taking your bitches, it's honestly classic. Yeah, sudden, if I don't do the limit line, me the boy, you're the least, let him live it large. Yeah. Shout out to Dad in the Pharaoh chat. Ernie, Birdie, Mitty, Claudia, Tiff, Darlene. Wish I could fit everyone into this song. Yeah, Amra, Tish, Toms, Steven, Satan, damn it, Kevin, you wrong. Ladies, you don't gotta get all bent. Cougar's more fresh than 50 Cent. You might not think he's cool, you might not think he's nifty, but Hugin don't count. Cause John Jones at 50, we out.
He said it, we out.
Savage beauty. Look at that powerful body. Strength, grace, magnificent form. How does the tiger manage to keep himself at the peak of physical fitness for his entire life? He doesn't lift weights, work machines, perform calisthenics or aerobics, and he doesn't jog. Yet he can tear the head off a man. His power comes from his own exercise system, far different from man's, and also far superior. It is the ultimate exercise system, which I call Tiger Moves. Ironically, when man sets about to improve his health and physical fitness through exercise, he devises systems which lack the simple wisdom of the tiger. Low-impact aerobics has far less injuries than high impact. as does belly dancing with its smooth and completely natural moves. Tiger moves, the best and most natural exercise system man can use. I'm John McSweeney, and I'm going to cover 7 of these basic tiger moves. Inhale back with tension. Exhale forward. Try to reach for the stars. Reach as high as you can with tension, great tension. Come forward with great tension. Feel the tension in the triceps muscles. Think into those thigh muscles, the quadriceps, the hamstrings. The next tiger move is the stomach roll. This exercise now from the side, I push down and roll up. Flex, force it down. Come up. You've just learned in this tape 3 critical areas of life and self-defense. I'll leave you with one thought. It pertains to nations, it pertains to the individual. First a warrior, or all else is folly.
Did you guys enjoy your pop-pop? Your pop-pop's exercise to teach you how to be fit? He looks good. He looks really good. Don't forget, all else is folly. How are you guys doing today? Today is a very crazy, very good day. It's also, you know, I'm being tested. I'm being tested by the Lord, you guys. So we're going to have to say our prayer big time tonight. But also, who cares? Because Colt Baby says hello. Hello, Colt Baby. How are you doing, little baby? She's up at all hours because apparently sleep is a forbidden thing in this house now. She sounds like me. I like her. Ding dong, the bonnet's gone, the bonnet's gone, the bonnet's gone. Seriously, take that bonnet off, sir. You look silly, Mr. Piece of Shit, Mr. Murderer. Bonk to you, stupid. Killing people, killing kids, you piece of shit. Dawn Marie, hello. Nice to see you. Nice to see everybody. I see Foxy. I see whatever. I see Mia. I see Turd, big turd. I see Ernie Birdie, Cornholio. Everybody's here. Everybody's here. It's been a long time coming, you guys. It's been a long time coming. It's been a couple of months. We've been waiting for this shit. Was it been 4 months now? Praxis, hello. Everybody, hello. David is under arrest, and I will tell you more about it in a little bit. Hello, Toombs. Hello, Gauzy. Hello, Kittens in Crime. Hello, Lori Marie. Smoking hot wife, Lisa. Listen, Dad's got pretty bad allergies today, okay? I only got 4 hours of sleep. Hello, Crazy Jen. And my phone is currently sitting in rice because I thought about 2 hours ago would be a good time to do that so that it could soak up all the fluid because Dad accidentally made a Samsung soup. Okay? Be careful. If you can lean, you can clean, but you can also make a mess of your shit, of your phone, of your stuff. Things fall out of pockets. Okay? Yeah, he thought that was a real Bible quote. God bless him. And by that, I mean smite that man. He has Nazi tattoos. He has racist tattoos on his chest. Prison tats even. What a piece of shit. What a piece of shit that guy is. So it's been a day. But boy, was I excited to see that son of a bitch got arrested. We'll tell you more about it after Jesus. Toombs grounded. Is it the moon? Is it the moon saying a slur on your lower back? Damn it, Toombs. Let's listen to McSweeney talk. Yeah, no. Apparently Rice. You have a racist cat. Oh, just a racist jet. Oh, no, just a crazy jet. Good. Hey, happy birthday, JG Cruz. JG Cruz, Colt Colt Baby's mama is having a birthday. Oh my God, look at that eye. That eye is so fucked up. This is the eye that I had surgery on. And when I get real bad allergies, sometimes it gets swollen. It looks like that. Isn't that crazy? My hives are almost gone. And my phone is almost dry. So things are looking up. Things are really looking up. But most importantly, JG has survived. JG has survived, and it's her birthday, and that's the best news. That's the best news. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, JG. I think Hugin is commanding me to do something for you for your birthday. What should we do for JG here?
Hey, Stacy. Do you want to go out sometime?
Okay, well, maybe that was a bit much, but it is your birthday. It is your birthday. You're another year older, another year wiser, and you're no longer with child because Colt Baby has been born. We forgot to bless you and Colt Baby, and since it's your birthday, now's the time for your first communion.
It's time to remove my chihuahua's demon. This time is going to work.
Juan Calamera, azúcar, Juan Calamera, azúcar, Hanta Manjana, Mangalangalingilongo, Tiki Tiki Tracatú. A la víbora de la mar, por aquí pueden pasar. Los de adelante corren mucho y los de atrás se quedarán.
Hoy, mi amor, hasta el perro no te quiere.
Ya está hecho el hechizo. Ahora sí. ¡Úpule! Listo.
Ahorita va a volar.
Para que vean. Ya está, mija, el hechizo hecho para todos los que no me quieren.
JG, I just realized you said you turned 33 today. You're just a little baby yourself. You little bitty girl. JG. You's having babies? You made me a granddad. Listen, it's going to be the best year for you. I can already see it. I'm so glad you survived. I'm so glad you're here. We're all glad that it's your birthday. And for that reason, I have hired you an attorney.
Your Honor, DeFerk, Miss Janice,
Judge Athens.
Your Honor, this is so unfair. Your Honor, I think I want to appeal. Your Honor. Your Honor, stop. This is propaganda. Your Honor, this is fake. Don't believe what they say.
Your Honor, it's her birthday. Your Honor, it's her birthday. JG, don't go in that.
I just go get another one. Big silly
like,
thing.
I won't do that again.
Don't get bulldog. Sherman! Oh my God. Sherman! What? That took all of my mind. I got the whole thing on video. That took all of my mind to get him out the first time. I knew he was about to do it again. I know.
Hey, how do you know Sherman's not into chicks?
Do this again. Last time.
Come on, Sherman.
And this time I know he's hot as fuck, but we don't know. Please don't assume sexuality of Sherman. How dare you?
Don't get in another one.
Sherman is baby Jessica. Sherman is Pat. Ugh. No, that's Pat. That's definitely Pat. He looks like Pat too.
There's a leash over here for him. Or a leash, I don't know.
Oh my God, you guys are just babies having babies out here. Your Honor. Oh, him too? Him and Sherman? Well, you know, you do you, girl. Baby Jessica, come on out now. Baby Jessica, we got dinner. Baby Jessica, we got dinner on the stove, honey. Come on out of that well now. Quit playing. What's that you say? You're 30 feet deep? Shit. Well, you're going to have to stay in there then. Damn. Yeah, quit assuming my sexuality. It's flat. It is gray. What if you explain sexuality with something that makes absolutely no sense? Like triangle. Wait, no, that is a sexuality. No, that's a... You know what? This is why I don't like school anymore. They didn't even teach me my shapes right. Okay. Am I a cub or am I a bear? What am I? If he's straight, I'm a millionaire, okay? Oh, are you a sugar mama? Oh. Foxy is looking. If you don't click the like, you wrong. People love being wrong, though. Absolutely love it. Someone called the guys in trucker hats for Sherman. Yeah, to come. All the dads from the 80s, I need you to get over here and get Sherman out of the hole, please. Yeah, triangle it was a sexuality. Nope, it's a sex agender. It's a genderality. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. We all cut them all off. All of us. Tape them shut, cut them off. We don't need them. We're unsullied. Do you understand? We don't feel anything. We've seen dance kinetics, you guys. Okay. So. Oh my God, I almost spilled my coffee. Okay. Highest bidder. We will auction you off. Be careful. Triangles are algebra and sex agender or genderality. Gender neutron. I've been on Top Chat. Well, you're a power top then. I know that. I'm going to learn all the gay slurs so I can teach you guys about them. There's cubs, beavers, otters, bears. Oh my. What other gay slurs are there? There's sugar daddy, power top, power bottom, power middle, power brunch. There's a whole bunch of them. We'll figure them all out though. He, him, I, you, they, them, she, her, zim, zer. Yeah, that's it. I got it. Oh yeah, HGTV, LGBTQ. There, we did them. We did them. We're not canceled. All right, here we go. We will continue and then we will get to the news. Are you sin, cos, or tan? ASL.
Heavenly Father, we thank you tonight for all your blessings you said in all things. We want to thank you tonight for these mighty machines that you brought before us. Thank you for the Dodges and the Toyotas. Thank you for the Fords. And most of all, we thank you for Roush and Yates partnering to...
He didn't wear sunglasses though, did he? Also, why is this old fool racing? You old son of a bitch. You don't need to be racing at your age. Chill. Chill, daddy. You're too old to be in that jumpsuit. You don't need to be in a fast car. Go home. Take care of your grandkids. What are you doing, man? He thinks he's Kevin Spacey in that Mina Savari movie, but he's not. Get off the track. Hi, Unfiltered Corner. How are you? How's your daughter? How's life? Everybody's doing okay? Good. Well, say your prayers. And I don't mean that as a threat. Have you ever noticed how the tone of which you got a fast car? That was actually in my head. How dare you? Also, Tracy Chapman live at Wimbledon, her first performance, she got tossed out on a stage in front of a huge crowd. No, Wembley. She got tossed out in front of all of Wembley because I think Stone Temple Pilots or Red Hot Chili Peppers didn't show up. I don't remember. And they just sent her out there with a guitar and she fucking slaughtered. And I will forever stand Tracy Chapman for that. It's like Goo Goo Dolls singing Iris in the Rain. It's a great, great fucking concert. You should check it out. Cause she was called. You are a hippie and was your mother. I don't know the words. Okay. So anyway, I don't know what I was talking about. Everybody's doing well though. Good. You got sleepy? Excellent. Go to night. Go to night. Go to night. Put your head down. Shh, 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 shh. Go to bed. Painting my hands can't type much, but I hear and read you. Love you, turd. Turd, you are beloved by Praxis Equally. And I'd give up forever. Nope, stop. I can't. Because I know that you feel me somehow. You're the closest to FedEx that I'll ever be. Oh yeah, I wrote a parody of that song about paper companies a long time ago. And yes, it was also I could do it under Mifflin reference that I can't remember right now. You've got a NASCAR. You look silly in the big damn suit. You are an old fucking man. Go home and take care of your kids. They're cute. Or you'll be flying out the car. Hit the ground and okay, I'm so sorry. I think I'm singing them again. F1 is popping. What is F1? Is it a pimple? I'd love to watch it pop. And I don't want the eyes to see me I don't want the eyes to see me because I know that they'll shoot me somehow. I'm the closest to extradition that I'll ever. No, I'm the closest to deportation that I'll ever be. You got to get that app and self-deport. It's really not worth it to do it the other way. I tried self-deporting. They said I'm stuck here. They actually prevented me from self-deporting. They said they didn't believe I was half Mexican. I said, look at my 23andMe. And they said, pinche cabron. And then they laughed at me. And then they took guns out and shot my feet and I danced. That might have also been a Looney Tunes. I don't, look, listen, here. Wait. Horrendous diarrhea, you say. Found out that my water was shut off because squatter upstairs had the water guy shut hers off, but he accidentally did mine instead. Well, you know what? I'm tired of the squatter. Where do you live? Send me your address. I'm going to come over. I'll get him out. Can I give you a hint? And I'm dead ass serious. It's a little thing called liquid ass. Do you control the heat, the air? Well, get a face mask, babe, because you're about to fucking hotbox that place. We're going to have to smoke them out with farts. You understand? Mustang gets it. Yo. Unfiltered Corner gets it. Taco, taco, taco. Eat those. It does look like I have a black eye. It's because my eye. So, look. I had surgery right here. All right. This eye. When I get allergies, it gets real puffy. I can't put makeup on it. And it just gets real puffy. And it just hurts. That's what's been doing. I don't know if you noticed me winking the past few days. It's been real bad. I have because it's the one with surgery in it, I have some eyelashes on the bottom and top that grow up inside and I have to pluck them every few weeks. And I've been too chicken shit to do that. And I know there's one in the top, but I think there's one in the bottom now because it's not getting any better. And it got real poofy today. So I have to go in there. I'm going to flip my eyelids. I'm going to pluck from deep down inside and it's going to hurt. It's going to be really gross. But it's going to be fine. Because I got a black eye. It's been that way for over 10 years. I got hit by a gang. But Shorty says it's fake and that's on me. I'm driving to Australia, bitch. Okay. I have a kid that has told everyone she's Russian. Like her whole elementary school, she told was Russian. She tried learning Russian on Duolingo. Okay. Spasiba? Can she speak fucking Russian? Because if that bitch can't speak Russian, you need to fucking kick her out of school. Who is this kid? Let me talk to her. Let me drive on over to the school. Say, look at your kid. She's not Russian. She's a fool. I bet she's a fucking spy. Have you asked her? Oh, your kid? Oh, she's totally a fucking spy. But she's cool as fuck. She could stay. Also, tell her bow her head. It's time for prayer.
that you brought before us. Thank you for the Dodges and the Toyotas. Thank you for the Fords. And most of all, we thank you for Roush and Yates partnering to give us the power that we see before us tonight. Thank you for GM Performance Technology and the R07 engines. Thank you for Sunoco Racing Fuel and Goodyear tires that bring performance and power to the track. Lord, I want to thank you for my smoking hot wife tonight, Lisa. My 2 children, Eli and Emma, or as we like to call them, the little E's. Lord, I pray you bless the drivers and use them tonight. May they put on a performance worthy of this great track. In Jesus' name, boogity, boogity, boogity. Amen.
Amen. All right, what do we got next? We got
Look
one
at
more
me
thing.
from head to toe.
Okay.
I got 5 kids and
Now, here's the thing. We are going to go over some, it's an upsetting situation. We're thrilled that he's arrested, but it has been a rough day. So I need you guys to look at some silly with me. Okay. There's a little bit of silly in here. This is it. This is the most justified divorce story ever. I watched this 60 times. I laughed. I cried. I'm thinking of suing. I don't know who, not her. She's bae. But I love her so much. She's so funny. Watch this.
me from head to toe. I got 5 kids, and guess what? I still look good. Holla back. How could you cheat on a woman like me? Girl called him at his mama house. I answered the phone. She tells me, yeah, we together. He lived with me. How he lived with you and he lived with me? Please explain that to me.
Well, maybe he had a double life and had
That's
2
what I
houses.
said, because she said all my utilities in his name, her light bill, her gas bill, her phone bill.
Did you ask her to send it to you?
No, you know what I did?
What?
Her kids was in the dark the next morning because I called every company she told me she had a bill with and got everything.
Okay. So I'm not trying to say, listen, I'm not Pat, Turd, Cornholio. Sorry, not Turd. Turdholio is different. You're Cornholio. Pat. This could be how you get the squatter out. You need to call this woman. Okay. Call this. And also, this woman might have accidentally shut it off. She thought she was fucking over the mistress, but it was actually your water she shut off. I hate to have to tell you this way, but you're not the father, and also she did the water, but also she's pretty funny. So like you kind of just gotta have no water. I guess you don't bathe. You can't bathe because she did that to you.
From head to toe, I got 5 kids, and guess what? I still look good. Holla back. How could you cheat on a woman like me? Girl called him at his mama house. I answered the phone. She tells me, yeah, we together. He lived with me. How he lived with you and he lived with me? Please explain that.
I'm going to show this to my boss and be like, how come your divorce trial isn't like this? How come your divorce trial makes me want to rest my head in a hot oven? How come it's so goddamn boring? I dream of solitaire. How come there's nobody at all dropping it like it's hot at your divorce trial? But at this woman's divorce trial, it's a hoot, it's a holler. She'll squat and you don't have to throw her $1. This bitch rules. This is funny. It's entertaining. Logan, what are you doing? Oh no, he's rubbing his ass. I'll be right back.
To me.
Well, maybe he had a double life and had
That's
2
what I
houses.
said, because she said all my utilities in his name, her light bill, her gas bill, her phone bill.
Did you ask her to send it to you?
No, you know what I did?
What?
Her kids was in the dark the next morning because I called every company she told me she had a bill with and got everything. Kids woke up the next morning, flipped on the switch, and they see nothing but they said.
She never expected that. Did she call you back?
I don't think so.
She didn't call you back.
She had no phone.
Hey, I'm an innocent bystander. They saying I drove a getaway car, but I cannot see. I'm legally blind. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. I'm innocent.
Come on this way.
Huh?
You can see though, right?
I'm legally blind. I can see, barely. I'm innocent. I ain't do nothing. I don't know what's going on. All I know is my side of the story. I can't tell no other story. I'm innocent. And Mama, I love you. P.O.P. all the time. Right, these all good pimp squad, baby, for life.
Say hi to everybody. It's JG's birthday. Why are you making me weekend at Bernie's you? No, you tired? Guys, he's tired. Oh, God, he's pissed. No, he's pissed. Okay. Okay, down, Hugin. Oh, God, you're feral. Okay. I'll tell them. He said something I'm not allowed to say, or I will definitely get canceled. Okay. Pimp Squad, hold it down. What are you pissed at? Oh, now he's on my foot. Okay. He's a little wiggly butt. He gets so bored sitting up unless it's like in front of the iPad. If I put Bluey on, sometimes he'll sit up like a people, but he'll fall asleep like that. And he's just like leaning back. But if I put him on my lap, he can handle it for a minute if he sees something he likes. If he doesn't, he gets wiggly. Or if he just is, he's a bit of a tyrant. If he's in a, if he's been watching a lot of news and politics, he gets very upset. StreamYard still so, oh no, Luis Cuevas. Oh no. Well, who can sense his love? Will you reach out to me in email? I'd like to send you something, hun. That's so sad. We will be praying for you, honey. No. Hugin says he'll come over on the weekend and lick your feet. He's pretty weird. I love him, but he is a bit of a foot licker. Oh no. Oh God. Hugin's 8. Hugin. What do we do to... what are the signs? Don't you know what? Let's not talk about this right now. I'll look them up. I'll panic later. Hugin loves you. We'd like to send you something. So please send me an email and put this is Luis Cuevas. What was your Hugin's name? The Beatus. Yep, the Beatus. It'll get you. And it sucks with like, oh God. It sucks because dogs, they can't talk. They can't tell you what's wrong. The troubleshooting on a Hugin is very, very hard. Darlene, Christ, holy shit. Okay. So, Darlene wins. That's the shirt. That's the shirt. Darlene, what do you mean you fought a shark? Is the shark okay? All right. So this is the last big update we had. This was around when, in the David and Celeste case, this is around when Nick Reiner killed his parents. An uncooperative witness was arrested in the case. This was, I believe, Neo. It might have been one other person, but there was someone else who was uncooperative in addition to Neo. So, but I believe this one was for Neo. And this was pretty much the last big update that they had that came to fruition, that is on court record, that we know is real. And I wanted to show it to you before I give you today's update with all the deets that I could find. Shout outs to Turbo for immediately hitting me up and saying David Burke got arrested. And I immediately thought, Jimmy Burke? What memorial did he jerk off in front of now? Nope, different. Then I went, oh, give me. And then I went and looked, and holy shit. I'll tell you more about it after this. And also, fucking Andy Dick. Dude, every year that guy's a mess. Ugh.
What we're watching in this situation with the singer David is a totally different side of, again, highs to lows and what is going on. So many different nuances that get thrown into this case.
Yeah, it's another really unique story, and it's a tragic story because you've got this poor girl who was only 14 years old who lost her life, and that's the bottom line here. I think a lot of people believe that the investigation has been taking far too long. I'll say they've got the most elite team of detectives in Los Angeles, the robbery homicide division here, who is working on this case. There just has not been much movement. David is a suspect.
So this really blows my fucking mind here because the internet figured it out in about 2 days. In about 2 days, the subreddit that homeboy himself was a moderator of figured this one the fuck out. TMZ fucking figured it out. Everyone seemed to figure it the fuck out. On account of it being his car, her dead body was found in. I know, shocking, right? On account of it being a Tesla that I mean, everyone else figured it out. And then when people were like, well, they can't even prove, no one can prove that he was with her. The internet said, oh shit, bitch, hold my bag. And then found a million pictures of them together the entire time she was missing. But did he get charged with harboring a runaway? No. Did he get charged with CSAM, which he certainly had in his phone? They had sexual relations, which in my opinion should not be the phrase. He molested her. She's a child. In my opinion, allegedly for entertainment purposes only. That's what he did. Whatever I have to say so that I don't get fucking sued, but that's what he did. In my opinion, that is what he did. He's a child molester. There are pictures of him with his arms around her waist when she was 14 years old in the reflection of the exact painting in the exact bathroom of the exact house that she would eventually pass away in or around. She ran away from her parents' unfiltered corner. They were in another city. He drove, 2-3 hours from Los Angeles to come sneak her out. They thought she was going to the movies with her boyfriend. They didn't know how old he was or that it was even, I don't even think they knew they knew his name was David. They didn't know what a big deal he was. Yeah, the grand jury confirmed, I believe, that she was dismembered the other day. Well, one of the records did. But yeah, you don't get to harbor a runaway child. You don't get to have sex with her, which I consider rape because she is underage. Even if her texts say she's in love with him or getting married, I don't give a fuck. She's a child. Kids talk out their ass. They say dumb shit all the time. Not only that, she was in his house on a fucking live stream. Well, it's not really a situation. It's a situation where it's like she's got a little boyfriend at school. I have a hard time with this one. Agree, where were the parents when it comes to some stuff? But at the same time, kids are sneaky. She wanted to go with them. She ran away once before. She went missing the year before, and they put out a missing persons search, and they were able to track her down. They called the manager. They were able to get her back. But then she did it again. And this time, also, they don't speak English. And then ICE was on the loose in their neighborhood. And then they have these crazy ass neighbors, and they're always fighting with. It's a whole thing, dude. It is a whole thing. Yeah, he did. That dude did put that out. But on the grand jury, they alluded to it in some court documents, the whole dismemberment. But we can't really see that at this time. And there are some court records with his dad and some other people that I'd like to pull up eventually. I didn't like my daughter's boyfriend, so she married him to spite me. Yeah, some kids are they're just like, I'm going out. I'm doing this. And the thing is, she fucking straight up ran away. Like, she took off. She was dismembered. And then here's another thing that's fucking crazy. Her auntie is posting about this online. Like, people are posting, where are you, Celeste? Like, her friends from school. But some of her other so-called friends from school not only knew that she had gone with David, but they essentially, blackmailed him. So they called David up and they say, we're going to tell everyone she's with you and that you're having sex with her. And she's not of age if you don't pay us off. And there are pictures of him arriving at a parking lot to pay off her so-called friends. These boys from her class. Even her fucking teacher knew all the details and didn't spare any when he was giving the class a speech about why you don't run away and you have to be careful online. He goes, this was my student. And he starts talking to them like he's teaching them a lesson. But he's talking about Celeste and he's like, she went to meet this guy. He was a rapper. And he goes and explains everything. Shit that the police couldn't even figure out. Like, everyone knew this shit. And so when people start tipping it into the cops, they just fucking ignored it. It's really crazy. And then you have TMZ that's only telling half of the truth. The other half is pure speculation and so-called tips, just like the Nancy Guthrie shit. Who knows what's fucking real anymore? And then meanwhile, you have a bunch of YouTubers putting out fucking wild shit. Titles like, did he have sex with her for a satanic ritual? Is she in this song? The haunting words that he forced her to say. Like, it's just so exploitative and fucking crazy. There was another woman found that same week in the trunk of a car, also in an impound lot, and they figured out her identity in less than a week. TMZ had to find out who she was and tip her name in because of a tattoo on the victim. It's so fucking sad. Anyway, I'm going to let them finish.
But he has not been accused of a crime, and he certainly has not been arrested nor charged. There is a grand jury that is happening right now in Los Angeles. It's not necessarily, the mission isn't necessarily to charge somebody, although that is the hope at some point. But the idea is sort of to use it as an investigatory tool to like accumulate information. And because of that, they have called witnesses. There was David's manager who testified for about 3 days in front of the grand jury. That ended yesterday. They were grilling him and asking him, and we know this because he was overheard talking to his attorney in the courtroom, or in the hallway rather, during a break.
And when he was talking to the attorney on the break, what's interesting is Steve Fisher said he heard from someone very close to the investigation, and he starts giving these deets about what was heard in this hallway outside of the courthouse. And he explains that there were other press around, but you could hear them talking loudly, saying that some other person who was supposed to testify didn't show up or something and could be arrested. And he never said who it was. And what's interesting is this news story from back then is straight up saying that David was out there with his attorney. So I think that answers that question, which he could have just said, but I don't know, kind of wild.
The grand jury and the deputy district attorney was grilling him about.
I don't think so. I think that was a stolen. I think that was a stolen car from her friend or repoed, right? I don't think that was in her name, was it? I need to look again. But like, also hers was in David's name, so like. What's crazy is you could just go, before he took a bunch of shit down, you could just go on his Instagram and see her. You could see her tattoo and everything. It was like the third picture, and then he took it down, and then She had a small account that barely had any followers that was just for her and him and like 2 other people to communicate with. And that account had the same photo from back then. It was, oh God, what was it? It was this, it said shh on her fingers, on one of her fingers. Steve has said a lot of things. Steve said she was put in a burn cage at one point. At one point, he said she was dismembered. At another point, he said she had saw marks, which was not confirmed at all. At another point, you know, he says a lot of things. Accidental overdose was something that he speculated on, I think maybe on Nancy Grace, but it could have been Ban. A lot of people were speculating on that because of the pills that were found in the bedroom. He claims that there were pill bottles in the bedroom when he was investigating the house to figure out, because remember, they didn't leave a search warrant list. And he's like, there were pills. I don't even know if they were collected. I sent pictures of them to the cops or something. So I would imagine that that could be what he's thinking, especially because the crowd she ran with. But really, we don't know. Here's the thing. Even if she did overdose, okay. So if she overdosed, I'm more inclined to believe it had he been charged with the same thing Neo was charged with, which I believe was misdemeanor tampering for helping to get rid of the, according to sources talking about this grand jury shit yesterday. And that's sad that you can do that. It's a fucking like, that's insane. But they've got David on felony murder, and he's being held with no bail, which means they have something big. They definitely have physical evidence against him. I'm willing to bet they have video. I'm willing to bet they have testimony from probably Neo. And I'm willing to bet that they search warranted Neo's phone and forced him to cooperate in order to get that crazy plea deal, which I think he's taking. I don't know. I can't be sure about that, but it seems like that's what's going on. I would guess 90% that either him or that girl, I can't remember her name, Asia or something, one of them flipped, I think. Someone flipped. It could be manager. I don't know. Someone was like, fuck this. So like, yeah, so no charge, right? But then in front of the grand jury, I believe they stated that they could get him with, it's basically, it's not called tampering there, but it is tampering with evidence or body. And it's considered a misdemeanor, which is insane, just completely absurd. But I don't think that that's the case with David. Obviously, they got him for, when they get you for murder, especially after they've taken this long, and we know it was a Tesla. There's so many things that we know, forensically speaking, would have taken this long. That would be like DNA, blood, basically blood, urine, spit, semen, things like that. Going to take a lot longer. And then you have the digital evidence. Abuse of a corpse. Then you have the digital evidence, and then you have to get all the subpoenas for all the telephone companies and the warrants and all that stuff. So that's probably what took so long. And I think once they have it all, they have a very complete and obvious, definite story of he fucking did it. And there's definitely going to be a big piece of physical evidence. Not even in my opinion, it's pretty much required to get the charge that they gave him, from what I was reading. So they got his ass. Just like the Savannah Soto case with Chris and them. I think his mom flipped. And this is extremely high profile. And I do think that it's not a coincidence that they had to force people to cooperate. His closest friend gets arrested. And then all of a sudden, now he's in trouble. I mean, it kind of makes sense now. I saw De La Dank up here. De La Dank's been super into pushing this case and getting the word out. I see De La Dank in chats. I know that you're in that Reddit. Justice for Celeste. That's your community, right? How's everyone doing over there? Smartass Patriot, it is fantastic news. Fantastic news. And if he really did end up getting no charge, or if they were thinking of doing it and then they didn't, I'm willing to bet it's Neo. She did have her whole life ahead of her. And this motherfucker took it and then went on tour. You know, he was raised in a so-called Christian homeschooled environment. He's like, I started making music in my closet. Why is it always the people who claim to be the closest to grace that fucking do this horrific shit? So disgusting. So nasty. Shame, shame, shame. I hope they turn his ass into spaghetti in prison. And I don't even feel bad for fucking saying that. Hey, thank you. Dude, this is got, are her parents okay, dude? Like, this has got to be fucked up timing for everyone too, because isn't just long enough to where it's like it feels like giving up hope. And I saw somebody in here said earlier, I just stopped looking at the case until there was an update. Me too, dude. Until there was an arrest, I was like, I have to, because every single thing I would see on it was bullshit. And look, I'm not trying to start any beef or anything, but like I'm sitting there watching. I saw this, was it Trapmore guy, some British, Trapmore Ross, British guy pops up. He's like, it seems that apparently Celeste and it's just all this shit and it's all speculation. According to this picture, this is in the desert and this is David's car. When was this taken? Like everybody's just, it's just so fucking much. We don't need to fuck with that. Everyone knows he fucking did it. We need the cops to fucking focus as much as the internet. If the cops in LA tried nearly as hard as half the TikTok moms, everything would be fucking solved. There's people being like, did David possess her? Like making the dumbest fucking videos. The dumbest fucking videos. And when I tell you, I go under my old comedy account and I go under there and I just talk mad shit. I'm just like, oh yeah, it was a satanic ritual, huh? Okay, so where'd you hear that? How are you sure? Why would you report that? What if her parents fucking see this? They get so mad. They delete him. They get fucking pissed. But like for real, this is a situation where there's too much he said, she said bullshit to quote the great Limp Bizkit. Too much. I'm glad they didn't too. Here's the thing. To be fair, it does take an awful long time to get that shit back. Dude, DNA, all the forensic, the physical forensic crime scene evidence, 3D mapping the scene, charting it out, collecting all the evidence, MVACing whatever you need to MVAC, sending everything off to the labs. So many labs are backdated. You only have a grant to go to a specific lab. It has to be through the state because the state is not, this is a state case, not a federal case. Like there's so much shit that it takes. And then everything has to be documented, logged, what touched what. You guys remember, if you were here for the Karen Reed trial, think about if they had done everything right and by the book, how much longer that scene should have taken to process. So that's pretty crazy. Actually, so there were two girls that came forward. I don't know if this is the one that you're talking about, but there were two girls that came forward, both underage. They said that they went to LAPD and they basically stated that they had relationships with David before. And LAPD went, okay. And they said, we'll get back to you, and then never did. And the girls got furious. They started talking about it online. And then I believe they tried to file formal reports. And I want to say Steve Fisher reached out to them. But I do believe that those two girls did date and know David, because apparently when they were finally contacted, they were able to give over information, but then didn't hear anything. And I would imagine if you're a young girl and they were like, he kept us in a house at a party and wouldn't let us, one of them said wouldn't let her leave once. And then he would talk to us about sexual things on the internet. Both of them had the same story. Like he invited us to parties, you know, everybody went through that. All the young girls who came forward, same situation, basically. And I say all the, because it wasn't just there, it was in Houston too. And the big difference, I think, is in Houston, I think they took those pretty seriously. There were a couple of news reports here. I should go back and find them. We'll have to follow up on this one day and I'll find those where they talked about how, you know, people were coming forward about both the bodies in the lake and the David thing. And people got it really confused when they watched it. And they thought that they were saying that they were connected. And they're not. They're two totally separate stories. So that was one of the things the internet got wrong. But there were girls in Houston who claimed to have partied with him who were too young when he was an adult. There were girls in in LA who called LAPD and said the same thing. You know, he tried to get with me when I was young, or I dated him when I was young. And I'm coming forward now that the Celeste shit is out because I'm scared. And they didn't feel like they were taken seriously. So I've definitely seen posts from them on Reddit that match the posts that have been reported. But again, the people who reported that, we have to take with a grain of salt. No offense, but it's, you know, people who may have not been entirely accurate in the past. But at the same time, do I believe there are girls who are going through this? Absolutely. I do think so. Because I've seen a lot of the screenshots and evidence that these young ladies are posting in his subreddit and have been since day one. He communicated with a lot of underage people, not just boys, not just girls. Boys and girls. But like men and women too. You know, adults, kids. And there didn't seem to be a line or a boundary in between his personality for either of them. And he didn't seem to care about things like, I think he was a little gay. I think he definitely had some shit going on with that Neo dude. I think he's a K-pop baby. He's obsessed with stuffed toys, lafufus or whatever the fuck they are. All right. He's a little fucking weirdo. Were his songs dope? One or two of them sounded okay. But then after hearing it 50 times, I got fucking sick of it. And I really did I just wanted to twist my own nips. You know what I mean? Like I wanted to bite my own fucking hand off. I wanted to jump out a window. It's so, ugh. Yuck. So, my point is, do I think that there are girls who he's done this with before? Absolutely. Are there people who have been ignored by the cops? Absolutely. Are there girls who have been heard by the cops and filed reports? Yep. Some of them are in Houston. I think two of them are are there in LA. It is what it is. And I just hope that more people start coming out about this. Because it's really fucking sad, man. She was a missing child. Okay, I'm done with my rant. Here we go.
Not calling the police. We don't know the context of it, though, but he was getting grilled over not calling the police. So that was the line of questioning that he said they were really digging into him about. Did he perhaps see something? For that. Bottom line, the grand jury happening right now. David is a suspect. This poor 14-year-old girl has lost her life, and that's sort of where we are.
And he was on tour, right? When all this, when her body was discovered, we keep showing video of the Tesla right there. Her body was discovered there.
Yeah.
In terms of, so this guy, with regard to the grand jury situation right now, is this person being so uncooperative? Is there an uncooperative witness?
Oh yeah, and don't forget his mom and dad screaming at reporters, wearing those clothes that say nasty shit on them, going to buy guns and a manual on how to use them while yelling at reporters in a shirt that says something nasty as fuck on it. And like, he's refusing to speak to police except through his attorney. And yet they're putting out that he is cooperating, and the police are saying, no, he's not. That's what we saw. And then he goes back to Houston, and then they arrest him in Hollywood recently. And I'll show you some pictures. Hold on.
That is part of the situation that is on the verge of getting arrested herself. Is that the case?
That's exactly right. So it's one of the other people that they hope to speak with as part of this grand jury is a female witness.
Oh yeah, that's true. And that's what I mean by flip-flop. Like, they're all saying different shit on different days. Remember, she was sawed. She was driven out to these woods and killed was one of them. She was cut into pieces. She was not cut into pieces. She was kept in a freezer was one of them. And Steve agreed with that. And then he agreed with this because there were saw marks we found out from the sheriff. It was the one time LAPD actually came out, or the LA County Sheriff actually came out and said, no, bullshit. Like, they actually had to go on the record and correct that. I mean, it was a lot, you know? It was a lot. And it's crazy because the very people who put them on to who the actual victim is now takes that opportunity to spread all this bullshit. And it didn't help with that Nancy Guthrie shit coming out. And all of a sudden they're Robert Graysmith getting all the fucking Zodiac letters. Nobody ever sends fucking letters anymore. Okay. Let's not act like you're the one who gets all of them, TMZ. Jesus Christ. But anyway, what they were reporting just a few months ago, the last information that we have that was reported that ended up being true was that there was an uncooperative grand jury witness. I've looked into a lot of shit after that came out, and so far none of it's been confirmed. So this is the last thing that I saw that has been confirmed by law enforcement and via court records. So everything else, however, that has come out as far as what, where, when, how, why, all of it, who, other than Neo's arrest and the little we could find online, this and that are the two pieces of info that were technically new, that ended up being true. Neo, I think, was kind of a bigger deal. Uncooperative witness. Okay, it puts a piece in the story today, but it doesn't really change anything, in my opinion. But this is the last thing that we got, the last nugget that ended up not being a complete bullshit fabrication.
She is, or how she may be connected to the case, but she has been uncooperative, so much so that the district attorney is considering getting something called a body attachment, which is similar to...
Now, how do we know this is true? Because not only did they do this, but one of the things that Steve did show was the same DA left him a note to ask him to come, not even ask, to subpoena him to come into the grand jury. But she wrote it down on paper, told him meet her outside in court, and then handed it to him in the hallway. And he was like, this is not how you do this. This is not legal. And then he went out of state to go on another missing persons search that he had scheduled. And he's like, I will fight this. And she was essentially telling him verbally, like, you got to come to that, because if you don't go to those, you get arrested, right? And he was like, nah, I know the law. Now, he ended up cooperating with them anyway, but they had to give it, like, you can't just hand me a ripped up piece of paper in the hallway or whatever. And I believe he said that he was served at like 6 a.m. in the morning or something. And I don't remember if it was like the next morning or the morning after when he got back, but it was just, that was a crowd. I was like, that's a crazy story. But then we had it confirmed by multiple news outlets. And then the police said that they can't essentially speak about that because it's sealed. But then remember, an unsealed record accidentally popped out and the police went, whoops. And the DA and them had to quickly have a judge rule to seal it. And that indicated that there was an uncooperative person. And people were arguing, is it Steve? Is it the girl that went to, like, I think she went to Switzerland or somewhere. I don't remember. Finland, something like that. Or is it somebody else? Is it Neo? Is it his mom? Is it his dad? And that was what the discussion was for weeks. So, this pedo murderer sack of shit got arrested today. Let's take a look at what's being put out there in the news now.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate it. We have been speaking with
no bail, dude. No bail for this one. Whew, good.
Newsroom over recent weeks. Michael Babcock in particular about this David Celeste Rivas situation. And it's been a mystery. There's been so many questions regarding this case. And I understand you guys are reporting that David could be in some serious legal trouble. Will you get us up to date, Branson?
Absolutely. I mean, what we're seeing right now is that a grand jury has been hearing evidence from several witnesses, people that are important to the case for the last several weeks. We don't know exactly who they've talked to, but we do know one person that they've talked to. His name is Robert Morgenroth. He's notable because he was David's day-to-day manager. Now, this man essentially knew that Celeste Rivas was missing for some time, and that's what they pressed him about. The prosecutors asked him, why did you not call the police upon this new knowledge that you had? And his response was allegedly, according to sources at the courthouse, that it wasn't his job to do that, and that he was responsible for keeping the tour going. As we know, he was also the tour manager and head of the music label of for David. So there's a lot going on here in terms of this grand jury. And there was also a report last month that said that the grand jury was not an investigative jury, which means that they cannot hand down indictments. But however, TMZ spoke to sources and authorities who say that this grand jury is indeed an investigative jury, and that the prosecutors believe 100% that David has absolutely something to do with this.
Wow.
Can we just give a little recap in case people are watching and just hearing about this story for the first time?
Right, absolutely.
I'm sorry, pause it. I apologize for everything. I take back everything I said about TMZ. I apologize to TMZ. I apologize to this young man. Is this a SmackDown hoodie? Is he wearing a WWE? He's wearing a WWE SmackDown hoodie. We have to forgive him, for he knows not what he does. SmackDown. Dude. He's getting with the fist. Eddie Guerrero. Latina. Dude. He's wearing a SmackDown hoodie. I can't be mad at him. Believe him now.
I mean, so it's a very, very terrifying and horrendous case. I mean, going back earlier this year when they found David's Tesla abandoned in a field, and inside the Tesla, they unfortunately found the body of Celeste Rivas, 15-year-old Celeste Rivas, and the body was chopped up. It was dismembered, and that's what led everybody down this trail of what happened here. Why is David not being arrested? And then over the course of several months, we learned from authorities that they did find out that David had made an unscheduled trip out to Santa Barbara in the middle of the night, and they investigated that. So that's a big part of this case, and that's probably why these murder charges are looming now, because of this newfound evidence.
Whoa.
When this body was discovered, if memory serves, David was actually on tour. Can you kind of get us updated on what we've heard from him, if anything, and what happened to the tour?
Yeah, so all that we have heard is that David was cooperating in the early stages of this, and then he did have a massive tour. He had a lot of domestic dates left here in the U.S. He was scheduled to go overseas as well, but once this thing started ramping up and the heat started coming down the pipeline, those tour dates were very quickly canceled. His record label, Interscope Records, did drop him from the website and cut all ties with him. We know also that Madden NFL had scheduled to have him inside of the game, one of his songs, and that was also quietly pulled just in the last last couple days. So in terms of his music career, we really don't know where that's headed. We don't know what David is doing. His whereabouts currently are unknown. But again, he was cooperative in the beginning, but it's unclear now if he's still cooperating.
Whoa.
We begin with more breaking news here.
Okay, so that was a few months ago. Here we are with today. He is under arrest. Let's see what they say about it.
A major new development involving rising music star David. The LAPD just announcing that the singer has been arrested in connection with the murder of a Southern California teenage girl. Fox 11's Matthew Seedorf has been tracking this story for months. He's live in the studio with the latest. Matthew?
Yeah, Phil, this is something that law enforcement sources have been telling me for some time in the last couple of weeks, that today could be coming. And then this arrest, you could say, has been months in the making. LAPD, within the last hour, sending out a short statement on X announcing the 21-year-old singer's arrest. This all comes after the body of 15-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez was discovered inside a Tesla trunk at a Hollywood tow yard last September. The car was linked to the singer, whose real name is David Burke. His representatives told authorities that the car had been stolen, but investigators later named him as a person of interest in the weeks that followed. Police have not released full details on what led to arrest or possible motive. I've called David's attorney in LAPD to see what more information we can get, and we'll keep you updated as we get these new developments that come in.
And so given all the time that went in here, you're assuming that the DA is on board with this arrest and that they're going to announce charges soon?
Yeah, so we just got a message from DA Nathan Hochman that we could have a press conference as early as tomorrow, but nothing has been announced yet. Again, though, this is something that has been in the making for months, and law enforcement sources have told me that today could be coming any moment.
So we're assuming it's going to be a murder charge.
That's, yeah, one could assume, yeah.
Makes sense. All right. Thanks, Matthew.
News right here at 5:30. You might recognize this picture. That's singer David. The LAPD just announced that they have arrested him for the murder of Celeste Rivas Hernandez. The 21-year-old singer, whose real name is David Burke, has been at the center of the investigation since her body was found in a Tesla last September. Police say David's being held without bail. The case will be presented to the district attorney's office on Monday for filing consideration. We will be following this breaking news and have updates throughout the night. That's been a big story we've been following, with rumors of a possible arrest coming, and now you have that arrest right there.
Well, hell yeah, good.
Australian authorities have reportedly announced their
wait. Before we get into this, let me trust me. We have one more thing we're going to end on. It involves Katy Perry. It's not up to me. I don't make the news. I just commentate and report it. I don't even report it. I just bitch about it. David's going to make a beautiful wife. Maybe he can get with Justin Trudeau now that Katy Perry is also being investigated for sex crimes. We'll get to that. It's a lot. What's her deal? She went to space. It made her brains into scrambled eggs. I don't fucking know. She started dancing weird, talking a little extra loud, and broke up with the hot Three Musketeer guys. So, like, I don't fucking know what her problem is. But she needs to get her shit together, and hanging out with Jeff Bezos's talking fuck doll and going into outer space and prancing around dressed like a goddamn transformer while heavily breathing on a stage and saying odd things to the press. I mean, it feels very Britney. It feels very Madonna. It feels like every other person who had a fucking meltdown. But now she's a sex criminal, allegedly. She's an accused sex criminal. And it's a wild story. And I'm going to be very quick with it. Okay? But before we get there, I do want to show you a couple of things. A couple more things with the David case. I told you guys I would show you. Am I frozen again? Great. Excellent. I told you guys that I would show you a sex criminal. Sorry. Where is it? Boop, 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 boop. Here it is. Okay. David was, let me show you the picture, if you will, of him getting arrested. So you could see what this can of ham looked like when he was getting Rex Heuermann out. Okay, down the driveway. In his jammy jams, that's right. Of course, this motherfucker's wearing gray sweatpants. Of course. So there is the bespectacled piece of shit murderer. They just arrested a sex criminal. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. This guy's got a green stock on his gun. I don't understand what's going on here. That helmet that does not look like the helmet you'd wear for like a motorcycle. This looks like one of those helmets they briefly made me wear in kindergarten when they thought I was a little noodle brained. But listen, this is him getting arrested. He's in gray sweatpants. This is your perp walk. This is from a Ring doorbell camera that caught everything. It's the perv walk. That's a great name for it. Thank you very much, Unfiltered Corner. It is wordplay off of Oblivious Benson from SVU. Victoria's Secret. Oh, that's a good Les Wexman one. Excellent. Okay. So what are we looking at? This is David being taken out of his home in handcuffs, surrounded by multiple officers from LAPD when he was arrested Thursday. Video footage obtained by the California Post shows the singer with his hands behind his back as he's led down a residential neighborhood in the Hollywood Hills. He's wearing some sort of Jinkos or something. He looks like the Temu Delia's catalog model. All right. They descended on his Hollywood Hills home where he was staying on Thursday. Or on a Hollywood Hills home that he was staying in on Thursday. The singer's real name is David Anthony Burke. Has not been seen for months prior to his arrest Thursday afternoon. He emerged wearing gray sweatpants and a black hoodie. Was he taking pictures in front of a mirror and posting them on Craigslist before? I don't know. Did he sell said mirror? I hope not, because that's evidence. Authorities swarmed the Hollywood Hills home where the singer was staying to make the arrest. We came to the home with the probable, first of all, they put probably cause arrest warrant, which is okay. With his probable cause arrest warrant for him, LAPD Robbery Homicide Division Commanding Officer Captain Scott M. Williams confirmed to the California Post on the scene. We did the best we can to keep tabs on him, but once we developed probable cause to arrest him for murder, then we were on him pretty diligently. The LAPD confirmed to the Post that Burke was arrested for the murder of Celeste Rivas. The dismembered body of the 14-year-old was discovered in the back of a Tesla belonging to David. Actually, it's the front, so that's also wrong. The frunk, specifically, belonging to David back in September after employees in a tow yard could smell a foul odor coming from the vehicle. Detectives from the LAPD Robbery Homicide Division have arrested David Burke, a 21-year-old resident of Los Angeles, for the murder of Celeste Rivas. Burke is being held without bail. The case will be presented to the DA's office on Monday for filing consideration. Our office is aware of the arrest of David Burke by the LAPD. The case is expected to be presented to the Major Crimes Division, at which point prosecutors will review the facts and evidence and determine whether there is sufficient evidence to file charges. A release from, this feels so backwards. Shouldn't they do that? Oh, I don't know, before you fucking arrest the guy? Okay. At this time, additional information is not available. There will hopefully be an update on Monday when the filing decision comes in. So I will definitely update you as soon as I get that. I am going to post 2 links below this video for you guys. And here's why I'm going to post them and not go over them right now. Because one of them, it's a lot of you guys who do follow the case. You have a lot of questions about Steve Fisher. His heart's in the right place, but he's a little gossip in my opinion sometimes. But his heart's in the right place and he tries real hard. All right. And I think he thinks Bullhorn Betty's a piece of shit, and so do I. So with that said, I'll allow it. But a lot of people are very concerned. What does he have to say about this? What are his thoughts? I also am curious. What are his thoughts? Well, I have them. I read them. His statement's been posted. I'll put a link to it below. I think it's a pretty good one. He cared a lot about this case, whether he was wrong or not, whether he believed bullshit or not, whether he genuinely thought that stuff and was reporting it with the best intentions. Some of the things he reported are absolutely right, and we hadn't heard them before anybody else. You know, he had enough balls to call out TMZ when they were wrong, and others. And I do believe that he genuinely caused a ruckus and maybe forced the hand a little of LAPD by putting out there the stuff that they neglected to take with them or to log in a search warrant. Like, why did you not? I mean, even if the cage had nothing to do with it, why did you not take a burn cage that was industrial and not meant to be in a home that was purchased right after she went missing? Like, why did you leave that? There's a lot of stuff that he said, a lot of criticism that I absolutely agree with. And for that reason, he's an integral part of this case because he was literally hired by the homeowner whose home got raided because David was staying in it. So if you want to see his statement, I do think it's a good statement. I think if you read it, a lot of where he comes from will make sense. And I think that it's okay to get confused with every different thing the media is telling us, because in the end, we will find out what happened. And I don't think people, not all of them, I think, actually, what am I saying? Most of the people on the internet will put out complete bullshit, know it's bullshit, and then play dumb later. I don't think he's one of those people. I think he puts out a lot of good stuff. And I think he inquires about things that, I mean, he speculates, or maybe he interprets information or gets tips and he'll report it in situations where I'm like, well, I wouldn't report that unless I absolutely knew. But that's just me. And I think he tries really hard. And yeah, I'll put his statement below because I think it's a good one to read. And we have looked into what he's thought on this case because he's involved. So involved in the investigation anyway. Good night, Unfiltered Corner. Tell your daughter good night. We hope she's well. Yeah, here's the thing. He did. What's interesting is, so when did you first hear him say that? Because what I heard him say was they found pill bottles, and then I believe the interviewer asked him, and I can't remember if it was Bam Bam or Nancy, what do you think of the speculation that it could have been an overdose? Now, I do know there was speculation of an overdose literally the day they found out who the body was. So many people were saying that in Reddit. So that wasn't Steve necessarily, that of it. Putting it out to the media, I would be furious at, honestly. What I do recall seeing is that he put it out maybe, and this is why I have a hard time with Steve, like buying into what he says all the time, because he was asked a question, could it be that? Do you think that? When that, in that occasion, if that's his opinion, that's his opinion. But I look at that the same way I look at people who go, maybe she was pregnant. Like, let's not just do that every time. Maybe it was drugs. It can't always be drugs. Maybe considering she was dismembered, it doesn't matter because it's a murder. And also she was running. She was a runaway. She wasn't even a runaway. She was missing. So who gave her the drugs? Because she didn't have a prescription for them. And she's a child. So whoever gave her those drugs, let me put it this way. In LA, the people who sold fentanyl-laced cocaine to 4 comics, and 3 of them died except Kate Quigley. She's the only one who lived. The people who sold those drugs, jail, prison, arrested, murder charges. Same goes with the people who drugged Mac Miller. Remember Matthew Perry. So I don't care if you're a little girl or an adult. I don't care who you are. And I don't care if it's illegal that you're buying drugs or not. It's really fucked up to give someone laced drugs that kills them. The most fucked up thing you can do probably is kill someone. And you're doing that by knowingly giving them fucked up drugs, right? So giving a child who is missing, who is underage, drugs after molesting her and hiding her from her family, I see that as homicide. I see that as murder. I see that as, yeah, You're giving her these drugs. And now she's dead, and that's on you. Just like any other drug dealer who sells drugs that kill people, if that were the case. I think that, okay, so anyway, so the whole reason they even asked him about that is because he was complaining about how they didn't do a good job with the search warrant. They left a bunch of shit in the house. And when the homeowner was like, I need you to go through and make sure nothing's missing, but also take a tally, take a log, what's there? Do you see anything? Is there any blood, fluid, any evidence that they might still need? You know, basically lock down that crime scene and make sure nothing gets out or goes in, because I'm very concerned if this guy killed a girl, what if she's in my, what if there's parts of her in my house or evidence in my house? I don't want evidence in my house. No. He sees the pills. He finds pill bottles. He said that some of them were in David's name and some of them were not, and he wouldn't say who. But yeah. In that instance, he was like, they didn't even take the pills. I turned in the pill bottles to them. I called them and tried to get them to take, you know, and so the conversation rolled on from there, and he was asked that. So that, okay, I can play devil's advocate and say, was it ethical? I don't know. That, to me, not so much. I wouldn't put that out there, but he chose to. That was a bit dramatic. But I agree with what you're saying, Luis, that, yeah, he also claimed she wasn't dismembered. But yeah, you're right. And then he said she was, with a saw. So those are the things that I have a big problem with. And then he said she was frozen. So there's that. But then also, yeah, he did call out the management. So there's good and there's bad decisions. And I would say this is why we let law enforcement do their job. But unfortunately, with LAPD, it was taking a fucking hot minute. And let's not forget the OJ trial in Furman. They had a fucking Nazi cop. You can't trust him. But anyway, I'll read you the first sentence of his statement. It was, yesterday marked 7 months since David's Tesla was towed with Celeste Rivas Hernandez's dismembered body in the front trunk. And the last good info that we received that lined up with evidence was 4 months ago. So think about that. It's 4 months of lagging. 7 months and we still have nothing but sealed medical examiner records. A sworn affidavit used to justify sealing those records claimed that LAPD only wanted to ensure they received the report before the public. Yet the report, which should be public, remains sealed. And then he goes on and on. He's making some really good points, and he's still advocating for this case, even after the arrest. Oh, I'm sorry. No, that statement was actually before the arrest. That's interesting. Right before it. So I wonder, I'll still put this up. It was a statement right before. It's interesting because he's really putting the pressure on thick here. No indictment, no press release. Now, this is the part that pissed me off. No press conference. I haven't seen an update for one yet. So I'm pretty pissed off. They have fucking press conferences for anything, but not for this little girl. And catching her murderer? That's absurd to me. Hello, Fuzzy Lou. So, I'll put that statement up and then the one he made on Twitter after the arrest. Right before and right after. It's very, actually, no, we'll do that next time we talk about this. It's interesting because it's like he's pressuring them and then they arrest the guy and then they... wonder if Steve called the cops and was like, if you don't fucking arrest him today, I don't know. I don't think he'd do that. But yeah, that's what's going on there. He has been arrested. I'll also post some court records regarding David that have his dad in them. And you guys tell me what you think. I'm glad he's not getting bail. I'm glad he's getting jail. Fuck him. I hope they turn his ass into spaghetti. I don't know what else to say. He's a piece of shit. Even if he didn't murder her, he molested a child. So fuck him. He can go to hell. And I'm glad he got arrested. And those are my thoughts on that. And we will keep an eye on it. I have a lot of questions. That's why I would love a press conference. I would love to hear some answers to anything. But it seems that God, I just really do worry about all the speculation, all the fucking videos that are about to come out of why was he arrested? Is it true that authorities found? And it's just going to be a whole lot of shit. Is it related to UFO? Like, people are fucking crazy. Ugh. Okay, speaking of fucking crazy. Now I'm going to tell you this last story, okay? And it is fucking crazy. Hold on 1 second, though. Hold on. I'm going to put you on hold 1 second. My phone just turned back on. It's sitting in a thing of rice. I need to attend to it and see what's going on. It is flashing at me. Please hold. Everybody, we're going to take a pee break, and then we're going to end on this story. I'm so sorry to do this to you. Give me 1 moment.
你好 Jack 我改变主意了我到这里来找
把手给我闭上眼睛快闭上上来抓住栏杆闭上眼睛别偷看
我没偷看
跨到栏杆上抓住了抓紧点眼睛闭好了吗相信我吗
我相信你
好了睁开眼睛
我飞了这个
来伸出手我拉你回来
查毫无意义，命运之轮已经开始旋转。
Okay, look, I'm sorry. You've had enough of that. Hugin's screaming at me to tell you the story so that I can take him on a car ride, okay? Because I promised that we were going on a car ride. You want to go on a car ride with Mama? Listen to this. You want to go on a car ride with Mama? Yeah? Come on, tell them. Tell them. Do you want to go on a car ride with Mama? Do you want to go on a car ride with Mama? Yeah? Do you want to go on a car ride with Yolanda Saldivar? Yolanda Saldivar? Do you want to go with Yolanda? Yolanda? Oh. You want to go on a car ride? You do? When? Do you want to go on a car ride now? Okay, as soon as possible. All right, so Hugin, I'm going to tell them what Katy Perry did, and then we'll go on a car ride, okay? Are you okay with that? He's okay. Listen, I went to Japanese animation school for that, okay? Earmuff Steven. Hugin is very smart. He's very smart. He knows what you're thinking. He knows when you're awake. He's Santa and Satan. He's everything. He's the boy that wants to go on a car ride? Is he the boy that wants to go on a car ride? I don't know if you guys can hear him, but he is talking heavily. Come here, let me scratch your ears. So I'll put up a picture of her. I will put a link to the Law and Crime. Oh, I know. I'm putting up your favorite. I'm putting up the girl, you know, the Teenage Dream song that makes you howl. She sex assaulted someone. Don't be jealous. Okay, so listen. Here's what happened. Someone on Threads was saying positive or just anything. They were just saying some shit about Katy Perry. It wasn't bad. It was just like something Katy Perry. I don't fucking remember what, but it was just very basic blah shit. Something about like a Justin Bieber concert and what Katy Perry thought, or maybe it was Coachella. It was something literally Katy Perry thought a thing. Here's what Katy Perry thinks. And then Ruby Rose. Do you guys remember Ruby Rose? So here's Katy Perry. Katy Perry. Okay. You saw her. That's what she looks like. She's a teenage dream. Okay. She had that song about two girls kissing. And then this is Ruby Rose. Ruby Rose was in Orange is the New Black. She kind of looked like, a lot of people said she looked like Justin Bieber, but hot. Like a hot girl version of Justin Bieber. Cool. People praised her for being androgynous. She looks exactly like my friend Ariel, who is a comic. But people are like, she's the most beautiful woman on earth. People fucking thought, like, when she walked into Orange is the New Black, everybody was like, hold on, I might be a little gay now. Like everybody, because she's beautiful. If you don't recognize her, this are like crazy hot, very attractive. It's not fair. It's like when you have a really pretty Barbie and then her hair falls out and she's still a pretty Barbie. It's like that. That chick. She had was that an EKG neck tattoo? Or maybe it's some words, probably something in another language that means something wrong. You know, what else? That's the famous picture of her. Everybody loves her. Like, oh, what a beaut. Pretty lady. Okay. You see her? Here, let me open it. I'll make it big so you can see this chick. This chick right here. Okay. So she was hitting it big. All right. So she's hitting it big with movies and shows. That's Ruby Rose, right? Grounded, Steven. What does her fucking tattoo say? It probably says like Wendy's has square patties or something in Italian. Anyway, yeah, a lot of people think she looks like Justin Bieber. Anyway, someone commented about Ruby Rose, this beautiful actress. I believe she's Australian. She lives in Australia, which means she probably takes dumps in people's driveways. But anyway, just kidding. It's a joke. She responds to this famous person's thread about what Katy Perry thinks. She just comes in and responds, and she's like, who gives a fuck what Katy Perry thinks? And then she drops kind of a fucking bombshell. Not gonna lie, kind of a big deal. Some of the shit she says. And it's all in this Threads post. Now, I refuse to get Threads because I don't need another way to express myself. I already need to shut the fuck up. But let me pull up the exact one, which I should have already had pulled up, but I didn't. So here's what I'll do before it comes up. I'm going to summarize it and let's see how close I get. Okay. So Ruby Rose comments on this thread and basically says, hey, who gives a fuck what Katy Perry thinks? In 2012 or something, 2013, like over a decade ago, she sexually assaulted me. And then people make jokes about, oh, let me guess, she kissed you and you didn't like it or some shit, making fun of the song. And she's like, no, actually, I was asleep in the back of this club, resting my head on my friend's lap. And Katy Perry walks up and starts trying to get me to wake up. She removes her underwear from the side and rubs her pussy on my face. And then I gagged and threw up. So no, actually, she didn't kiss a girl and like it. She rubbed her stank pussy on me and I vomited. So yeah, it was a sex assault. And then all these people are like, all these people were like, you should report that, right? And she's like, why? That was so long ago. What are people going to fucking do about it? What's the good now? No one cares. It's fucking Katy Perry. Are you kidding me? What's that going to do? And then all these women start coming forward and they're like, listen, men, people are like, listen, that was a sex assault that happened to you. What it could do is prevent her from doing it again if what you're saying is true. And then other people fought back against it and said, bullshit, prove it. So some people who were there, who witnessed it, said the same thing. So Katy Perry rubbed her pussy on Ruby Rose over a decade ago, who didn't like it, spoke up now. People said, that's fucked up. You got sexually assaulted. You should report it. She's like, why? They're like, because it'll help other people from getting sexually assaulted by Katy Perry. And then Ruby Rose went, okay. And then she went and she got a sex assault case filed against Katy Perry. And now Katy Perry is under investigation for sexual assault because she rubbed her pussy on a woman's face in the club who didn't like it. Didn't ask for it, and was by all accounts, according to her, asleep. So goddamn. This was 2010 when this happened, and Australia police confirmed yesterday that there is an ongoing investigation into the 2010 incident. Here's another thing. She was married to Russell Brand, who is infamously a rapist. Do they have co-ed jail? I don't know. I don't know if jail is like Ally McBeal or not. I know they broke up, but goddamn. What the fuck? Katy Perry. So that happened. Now, Ruby Rose has posted an update that said, last update on this as of this afternoon, I have finalized all of my reports. The cache is available, but the post itself has been taken down. Although it's being written that he's not. And I don't believe that for a second. I've been doing comedy for a fucking long time. And you may as well tell me Bill Cosby didn't do it. because that's hilarious. Fucking, in my opinion, Russell Brand, it's not my opinion. He fucking, no, he's not a good dude, in my opinion. I'll just say that. If Russell Brand is innocent, so is Trump. Because my God, dude, I mean, here's the thing about Russell Brand. He admitted to it, and he wrote about it in My Bookie Wook, which is his book. So that's fucked up. Yeah, Hugin sat down for a second and then fell asleep. But we are going on a core ride. But I just thought you guys should know Katy Perry rubbed her muff on the face of that pretty girl from Orange is the New Black, who said something and then was like, oh, that's fucked up, word? Okay. And now sex assault charges. What's my opinion on it? If that happened, fuck Katy Perry. Get her. So there you go. Anyway, I gotta go. Gotta take Hugin on a core ride. You want to go core ride? He wants to go. I love you guys so much. You have a great night. Do not forget to do your dance kinetics. Okay? And I say this with love, but
bye-bye, bitch.
and also,